Hello, I'm Rich Krebs, and welcome to this week's BizShare Networking Show. It's a show where multiple businesses share their social media friends with each other. So get ready to hear about 4 great companies and a local nonprofit. You might even want to offer your services to these companies. But please make sure you say hi on their Facebook pages and give them an opportunity to serve you and your friends. Now let's get this show moving. But the world's changed a lot in a few years when everyone just says to you, just text me. Remember the day they call me? Well, just text me. Well, Sierra Pacific Marketing can help you make sure those texts are actually working for your business. And I've got Mr. Danny Gath right here. Danny, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Let's talk about that a little bit, because people think of a text as, hey, I'm just talking to you. Danny, I'm already at the store. Are you going to meet me here?
Yes.
There is a way to turn that into mobile marketing.
Yes, absolutely. And it's not as widespread as some other marketing tools are, but it's actually becoming very popular with restaurants and retail industry today.
Okay, well, people always have their phone with them. I mean, 24/7, you can access things. Well, if texts make it easier then to get information that you need, that's a tool that needs to be used.
Absolutely. And text messaging for businesses probably has a very specific purpose. They want to be able to connect with their customers and potential customers on a very personal level.
Okay.
And text messaging, we know when we text to one another, it's very personal. So they have to be, an individual has to be able to opt in, because it is a very personal thing. We don't want to be bombarding them all the time. So an individual must be able to opt in, and they must have the opportunity to opt out as well, so we don't constantly bombard them. But it's a very personal, very great way to reach customers anywhere at any time.
Sure, and I've never really heard anyone, in the marketing profession talk about the use of text. You said it's kind of a lower incidence of use, but if it is more personal, like you said, it's a powerful tool that can then go viral very quickly, where people understand that message is meaning something.
It's a very powerful personal tool to connect with someone anywhere, anytime.
And I think people are getting so good at using very small clips and phrases that now they can put a pretty big message into a very small space very quickly and get it to a lot of people.
Yeah. And the system we offer, the businesses just log into a website, and that's how they send their text message. They don't have to sit there and click with their fingers. They can just type in the message and send it right out. 2,000s all at one time.
To make your marketing work best, you need to incorporate as many tools as you possibly can, and let the team at Sierra Pacific Marketing help you also throw in a little text into that mobile device and make things happen that much better. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. So the time has come to build that custom home, and you're thinking, how do I even pick up the phone right now and start cold calling a bunch of contractors? Well, Taylor Home Design can help you with that process. And Mr. Brett Taylor, the owner, how are you, sir?
Good, how you doing, Rich?
Good. So if someone's thinking about, all right, I do want to build that dream home, but I don't want to leave anything to chance. But they may be afraid to call different contractors and then even think, what if I didn't call the right one? You can help them with that process, that you've worked with so many, to make sure they get the right contractor for them.
Yes, and I think it's a good idea to start with the right home builder or contractor from the beginning. I would even suggest that you before you even buy your property, maybe even call myself or the contractor or homeowner, the contractor, to decide even if the home you want will fit on the property.
Well, that makes sense.
It's not too early to start with a designer on the process.
And if you're building a custom home, it might be a decent sized lot. You might not even know what aspect of where things should be laid out. So before you even start moving dirt, it would be best to consult a professional.
That's right. I mean, we have things like setbacks and lot coverage that we have to abide by, city code, county code, whatever the building jurisdiction. So it's important that we start them with the right process.
Right. And it's one thing to look at a set of plans, put your first nail in a 2x4, but there's other contractors out there that maybe are better with craftsman style, better with Victorian style. You've interviewed most of those people, so when someone calls you in the first place, you can give them 3 examples of the style of home they want, 3 contractors that might be best for them.
That's right. Yeah, we can match them up with the contractor that's best for their project. That's not a problem.
It's kind of fun having a one-stop shop and a person like yourself that not only can you help them with the contractor, but then the amenities and the layout, and then afterwards say, you know what, I can find you a home designer too that'll make things fit in perfectly, so you can put all the pieces of the puzzle together, so this is just streamlined. They're in their custom home a lot quicker than if they tried to piece it together themselves.
Yes, it's a very good point. I look at this like a team effort. It's not just me and the contractor or against the contractor. It's us working together to create the final product that ultimately the homeowner will be happy with.
Right, and so why would you leave anything to chance when you can call Taylor Home Design and make sure that custom home comes out absolutely perfectly, however it's going to be your dream home, so make it done right. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. You've known the name Gary-O Furniture for almost 33 years in the Clovis area, all up and down the Central Valley, as a matter of fact. However, when you think of furniture, you might not be thinking about desk furniture or even home theaters, but Gary, you guys pride yourself on actually making sure that you make an office for the person and not a person picking furniture just because they think it'll fit.
Correct. We do. We have a company where we can build anything basically customer needs for the home or office, home theater. That particular product contains no particle boards, unlike most furniture being made now.
Sure.
Everything's either solid or plywood, no particle board at all. And customer can choose the wood, the hardware, the amount of distressing they want to put in it.
So it can look like it's been there for a long time?
Right, correct.
Right. Now this company, you and I have talked before, and I believe it's Stewart, the company we've talked about, that when this process gets started, usually you're stuck with you want mahogany or you want oak for a desk. The options are much bigger when you go with this company, and now you're getting something that fits you and your lifestyle, whether you're in real estate or you're a gamer or that kind of thing.
Yeah, a huge amount of options.
Now, a lot of people are putting in the home theaters now, and that kind of plays right into that as well, that you've got a custom company that'll build that phenomenal home theater for them. So when you walk into a room, it's like you just...
Well, actually, we've actually done in the same room a home theater on one wall, it wraps around and becomes the home office on the other one.
I like it.
And you can actually build into that wall a wall bed. So you can have all three things in one room.
So that kind of plays heavy, though, if the husband's working at home and the wife is supposed to be in another room doing her job, and all of a sudden she realizes the bass is cranked up a little high. Maybe he's not working and he's got a movie onto the theater, but that's a great idea.
True.
But when people start out, when they come in, you start asking them questions. They design or draw you, if you haven't seen the room, they draw you the dimensions, and then you ask what they do so that you can build the office around them.
Correct. But before we let anybody write up any sale or whatever, we insist on going to the house to make sure everything fits like it should. Extremely
and that's
important.
the way you get a custom office or a custom home theater, and the great folks at Gary will make that happen for you. We'll be right back. With 300 days of sunshine in the Central Valley, solar might be the way you want to go to actually start utilizing more electricity. And Donald P. Dick Air Conditioning Incorporated can make that happen. This is why I'm sitting here with Mr. Cool, Mr. Victor Barbados. How are you, sir?
Good, good.
Good. So solar, photovoltaic, and thermal, there's a lot of hot topic issues now that are all blending into one. How do we make that work for us optimally?
First thing is you got to give us a call.
Okay.
Come out and take a look at the site and really look at what are you trying to accomplish. The number of ways going at it. Are you trying to get net zero?
All right.
No bill? Are you trying to offset? Some of the hybrid systems that are out there where we're looking at a combination of factors, not only offsetting your electrical generation, but like you mentioned, the solar thermal aspect. For myself, my water heating, I know I normally run out of hot water, and I can only think, boy, I'm paying a lot to regenerate that hot water.
I'd rather have more than a 5-minute shower.
Exactly.
Right.
Large storage tank with the thermal aspect, also offsetting that portion. So now I can take that long shower with a little bit clearer conscience that that's coming from a renewable source.
Okay.
Big picture on that is when we look at 2020, where we're mandatory in the state of California for new homes to be at net zero. I know right now a lot of people look at, well, I just don't want those panels on my roof. I think as we move along in time, it's going to become more the opposite, where you drive down the road and you go,
they don't have solar?
They don't have solar.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
The PV system's fantastic. The output continues to rise on these. Number of installations we've done. Technology on inverters as well.
Okay.
String inverters versus micro inverters. Long discussion, just briefly touching on that one. Primarily we're working with micro inverters.
Okay.
On a residential application, it avoids a number of issues as far as shading and otherwise.
Well, with all the talk out there with PG&E of saving you a ton of money, why don't you take advantage of all of that? And the way to do it is give Mr. Cool a call at Donald P. Dick Air Conditioning Incorporated. Make that happen. I promise those dollars in your pocket are going to make you feel a whole lot better. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You know, so many times in your life, everything's going great, but there might be just a little something missing. Well, the way to fill that might be with Big Brothers Big Sisters. Miss Nancy Conway, how are you?
Great, thank you for having me.
I think in your experience in being involved with Big Brother Big Sisters that a lot of people, when they get involved, it changes their life so much and not so much the person that they think that they're trying to help.
It is very interesting. It's such a positive relationship for both the little and the big. We have heard just amazing stories that would just bring tears to your eyes, the different relationships that we have built.
Sure, and you call it little and big, so you're obviously helping a child, but the big is the big brother or big sister that's helping out.
That's correct.
Are there any specific demographics that you look for when you're pairing people, or how does that all play out?
We certainly are not particular at all, but we are always in great need of men and men of color.
Okay. And when you get the littles, you know that they're waiting. It's just a matter of getting enough people to come in for the mentoring.
So true, so true. And it's just pitiful to think of a child waiting for something like this.
Sure.
And one thing I always say to people is I think it's not so much that people don't want to volunteer and help out, but they don't know that there's a need to do it.
Or they might not even know how to. If they call to right now make the appointment with you, there's no obligation. They don't have to feel like, I made the phone call, now I've got to do this. They can just call and find out about the program and see if it's a fit.
Absolutely, more information. And we also have a lot of that on our website as well. But it's very, very easy.
Sure. When someone gets involved, is it just a dramatic improvement in the numbers of the success rate now of the littles and what their lives become?
That's what has been so impactful that we have found in our recent youth outcome survey, especially in the areas of education, social acceptance, the belief that they'll be able to go on to college and even graduate high school for that matter.
Sure, and just changing that outlook where all of a sudden someone feels their self-worth has gone up so much, just changes their performance dramatically.
It's amazing. It's such a positive and great environment to be involved with.
Well, Nancy, we sure appreciate what you're doing, and we appreciate you being here today.
Thank you.
Give the folks a call at Big Brothers Big Sisters, and you could change someone's life while at the same time changing yours. Well, thanks for watching this edition of our BizShare Networking Show. If you or your business would like to take part in this creative and remarkable social media concept, give my friends at Adventure Video a call, and they will put your company in the spotlight.